spoke about temples. So she asked her, why do you go to temple? So as the questions went on, the child said, actually what is the end? And then she said, liberation. And then the child said, why do we need liberation? I want to come back and I want to be a child of my mother. You see? So the child's thought is so innocent, he wants to love his mother, and you speak about liberation, he can't relate. Even I don't know what liberation is. I can't explain. Ancient Gurukulas, we have to remember, like I said, they were very close to nature. The creative drive is perhaps the most familiar domain for nourishing the spirit of students in secular schools. In the act of creation, students often encounter a process infused with depth, meaning and mystery. Now these three things children love: mystery. How do we do it? A student says, something happens to me in pottery class. I lose myself in the feeling of wet clay rolling smoothly under my hands as the wheel spins. No matter how difficult the day was, pottery makes every day a good day. It's almost magical to feel good, to be so serene. Now why does the child feel so peaceful? Sister Saras was saying five elements. We are right in touch with the five elements. Pottery, you need water, you need clay, and these things are found in our body. It's very easy to relate. So children can express themselves through dance, drama, music, pottery, anything. If you don't have pottery, never mind. You should look into some. In Sathya Sai school, we use normal plasticine clay. We make clays, make pots, and ask them to make the pots, do it together and feed. They like it. Anything to do with water or clay or heat, they love to do it. Look at art. See, this is done by a very great artist. What he says is, this was done. The light is not enough, otherwise it's a very beautiful painting. This was done when he was in communion with God. He said the painting didn't. Unless you are in touch with the divinity, you can't make something very beautiful out. This is from the Divine Lifestyle. I asked Brother Suresh for his permission. Such a spiritual receptor. I can have a look at the books. This is from, I think from page 1 to 51. You see, he used all these words and I was saying, look at that, even he needs nature. Flash of lightning, ocean of teachings, dazzle of these treasures, nature, fountains of gushing peace, dancing flame of curiosity, from dawn to dusk, fire, dim flame, water flows, all times and all places, twisting cyclones, God's grace is the shower of rain as the sunlight, example of coconut tree. How else can you be in touch with the spirit within you? So this is how important nature is to us and to the children. Sri Sathya Sai Baba was asked about the methodology. We have methodology. But what is Swami's methodology? My methodology is simple, one based on conversion by love. And the machinery is one of human cooperation and brotherhood. Love is my instrument. You see, in Sathya Sai school earlier when I went, teachers were on their own. Today what I see is school teachers are all working together. Sometimes I used to wonder what is a science teacher doing in the English teacher's class? But what they're doing there is they have lots of meetings, it goes on for 3 or 4 hours. The teachers stay back and they discuss about the students and then they plan, they work together and they have a joint activity. So it becomes an integral education there. But as we keep doing this group work, what happens is the students don't think anymore of themselves. Their focus is on the student. So now I see the teachers moving as a group. Earlier when I went, I was finding it okay, but now I have to join the group. So I found myself quite lonely there in the Sathya Sai school because there were big groups in Sathya Sai school. It still is. Even the students won't believe it. They move in groups, big groups. Activities that were propagated in the Gurukula sacred learning centers were the following: art and pottery, music, craft, life skills, dramas. This was earlier done. Now you can see some of this in Prashanti when we go. Swami, make sure that this is done there because children are able to express themselves. Taking leave, those days, taking leave from the ashram. When the student leaves the ashram, how sad he is. The teacher has not much attachment because he is attached to the Atma. But the student is very upset because he's leaving such a learning preceptor. After I come back for these 2 weeks, there's not a day I haven't thought about Dr. Doomside Lorraine or Dr. Dodo. You won't believe it because that was the contact we had with them. Every day it just automatically comes up. And I just want to rush back and I'm thinking, no, I have to do here, I have to be here too. So the students' thoughts are always with the teacher and they can never forget the teacher, When pupils completed mastery of all branches, they were exhorted on the day they left the sacred blessings of the committees by the loving preceptor. What did the preceptor give? Not certificates. He showered blessings on them to observe certain ideals and adhere to certain practices and attitudes in life. The convocation address delivered on the occasion of conferring degrees to those who have passed examinations and were venturing into the world beyond is but a poor counterpart of that benediction and encouraging and counsel. Swami says we're giving certificates now, good. But what about blessings? It should come from your heart. I got the diploma certificate, I was so proud and happy. But then I put it into my drawer and I forgot about it. And then I said, now what should I do? I realized that now I need to work more. So the certificate is a paper, though it came from divine hands, it remains as a paper. But it's this thing that has to change, our heart has to change. Working, they work together, all the children work together. So they never had the tiresome feeling, they never felt burdened. When we go for service activities, I used to be so thrilled because we have a group of friends, we can talk and laugh and still do the activity. That's what happens to the children. Physical labor, Swami says, youth today longs for a type of work which involves no labor. They want jobs which they do sitting comfortably in air-conditioned rooms, signing files at the places indicated. They revel in sensual display, in starched shirts and soft assignments. They shy away from jobs that require physical exertion. Only idlers will prefer such jobs. Others will relish and derive delight from hard jobs that try their physical, mental and intellectual powers. When we brought the school children here, I remember they were ready to carry all heavy things. Because they were working in a group, they immediately formed lines, they passed down heavy boxes. They didn't bother to even think that they had to carry something. Fees. Now what happened in the ancient system and what are we doing now? Teachers want more fees. The government is struggling to meet the budget. Ancient Gurukulas did not take any fees because Swami says once you take fees, what happens? You can't do your job because it doesn't become a noble job anymore. But this is the ancient system. So today we have to realize this slowly because he says today's school has attachments and desires. It may take time, but this is the end. The goal is going back to where we have beautiful places of love and teachers are ready to sacrifice. Now teacher salary, mode of instruction. They didn't have books. We know that the ancient system never had books. How did they instruct the students? Any idea? I can say I speak from the heart, but how did the children learn? Field trips taken around. They lived with the teacher. They lived in the temples, they moved with the teacher, they lived in, sometimes they moved with the teacher on the banks of rivers. And in the banks of rivers sometimes, suddenly they will wake up because they feel the voice of God, they wake up and then they pass the message at that moment to the whole group, whether it is student or teacher. It could be in temples, it could be with nature. You see, again they were with nature. Now instruction. Instruction was heart to heart, but the mind was only a tool. Instruction was heart to heart. It was only through love. The mind was only used as a tool. Classroom climate. How was the classroom climate? Very informal. If you look at the educational theories today, they're coming back to deschooling. So what is this